Hey chat. So I'm going to tell you guys some stories. So I already hit Za. Hit Za. So live that I just did, guys. My phone died, so that live got deleted. But I told you guys that I would come to a story time. So it's gonna be probably an hour of stories. So I'm gonna get a few people to come in, and we're going to go. Okay. I think the first story I'm gonna tell you guys is the first day and the first time I met XS Anime. Mm-hmm. So his cousin lived down the street from me, like five, six, seven houses down the street. Where I was riding bike around, and usually I went down there once in a while to see what MJ was doing over there. His real name was the same, my name Michael, but we call him MJ for short. So me and MJ, we hang out once in a while. He was a little younger than me. He was like, I think 10, 10 or 11. And I was 15, 15 or 16. I have a license. I know that. So one day I saw two, you know, African American guys on football route. So I rode my bike down there, and Sean first kind of looked at me like, what's this white boy doing down here? So, and so that's Michael. Which MJ came down here a few times with his cousins and everything. We hanged out with them. I mean, I know some people are thinking, well, Michael, that's pretty, young. Yes, it is, but that kid is the only kid that ever comes down here looking to hang out with someone. He was like a 10-year-old that wanted like play like zombies or dolls or shooting golf robbers. One of those kids that wanted to like hang out, play video games, ride bikes around, do things that just in the house. So he came over a few times and everything. And then Sean, his name, no, sorry, XX Anime. Um, he was down there. We went over there, and I said, "Hey," I'm like, well, like I said, look at me, and then he was like, "I'll ask Michael," because everyone knew who I was, because I've been down there a few times playing out with him. And I said, "Anime is like," he's like, "Oh, so you're Michael?" I'm like, "Yeah, what's your name?" He's like, Anime." I said, "Oh, cool." And then these kids down the road always got in trouble. Always was like they would go in people's backyards. They would go in my neighbor's backyard, go on the trampoline without permission. No one invited them over. No one invited them in the backyard. They went back there and just started jumping on someone's trampoline. So they always got in trouble. So me and MJ never really liked them. So one when I was hanging out with MJ and XSN match, or MJ like, bro, these kids, they're bad news. I mean, these kids were little. I would say they're probably the same age as MJ 10 or 11, but they're always getting in trouble. They're just like going people backyards and jumping on the trampoline without them saying, "Come on, jump on the trampoline." They would just go back there. I remember one time my mom and dad were out for a drink, and we had these kids behind us. Very, 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 very Christian kids. And my mom asked them one day because they were cool to hang out with. Like we did games that Christian didn't really play, but it was just weird because like they fought with us about politics, and it was like when Mitt Romney and Obama were running against each other. Some is in their mind they thought Obama kills babies, which was I don't know where they heard that from. See, I was against Mitt Romney, and they were with Mitt Romney. But I'm saying, guys, I'm not gonna get into the whole thing. Anyway, they would always. I remember one time my mom asked their parents to watch us because they had to go for a drink. And the person, yeah, it's fine. So we hit out with them. They came in my backyard without me saying that. Then they got out. Anyway, back to anime story. So Anime was always down at Emily's house every single day. Started hanging out. I don't think Adam, my next name Adam, they don't live there now. They moved out a while back. I'm down at his old house. Um, I don't think him and his friend really liked Adam because they were kind of like if he came down there, he came down here the second day. He's like, what am I going?" I was kind of like, "What's up?" And I was kind of like, "I don't know, okay." But Adam's like, "Oh," Adam said, I think Will said, "Who's this kid?" He was like, "Oh, he's like the little kid's cousin down the street." It's like, "How old is he?" He's like 17. He was kind of talking, but he really didn't seem like he really wanted to hang out with Anime. Anyway, so I started hanging out with him. That night, my next door neighbor, Abby. Back then, me and MJ had a crush on Abby. Um, it was kind of like a friend love. It wasn't like I want to date her. I want to have sex with her now. It was just like a little like, friend love. MJ said they kissed, which I didn't believe they kissed, but MJ said they did. Anyway, back to Anime story. So Anme's out here, I'm hanging out. It's me and Anime. Ryan's out here. Abby had a friend over. It was like Friday night, Saturday night. Cause MJ, after I started hanging out with Anime, MJ was never around after since I started hanging out with Anime. MJ never came around, so it was kind of like I was just out with MJ. Um, so we're hanging out with Abby and her friends, just chilling. And well, it was first me and Ryan hanging out, talking and communicating with everybody, and then, of course, Abby came out with her friends. We're talking, communicating and stuff, and then Abby, for some reason, Abby liked his muscles. I don't know the whole story, but Emily looked at the shirt for the abs, and of course, Abby and her friend had to touch the abs. And then they went in her backyard, and Anime put out his hands because I was how our hands Anime gave him a chicken. Anime was funny, and Abby and her friend were young. They weren't even our age. Abby was always younger than me, so um, that's why I never tried to get with her because she's younger than me. But Anime and her friend, I don't know if they were just in love with him because he was had muscles and abs. I don't know. Anyway, we hang out with them for a while. And then a Saturday comes, he brings his big other cousin down here, Andre. Well, I think it's his brother, but brings him down here, and we hang out with him a lot. We play basketball and everything. And then we hang out with Abby and them. We play basketball, everything. And then we would hang out all day, and then we'd go home, and then we'd come back at nighttime, and we'd hang out again. So we started hanging out all the time. Then he moved to Ruskin, and I didn't see Anime for months at a time. He would come down to Emily's house once in a while. His mom pick him up or something. That's the only time I really seen Anime is when Emily's mom decided to go pick him up, or his mom, or Emily's mom, or um Emily's mom brought him down here. Emily's mom really get along with him anyway. Um, so they room down here. They would chill down here and stuff to Emily's house. And then as we got older, I started getting a car. I could drive and everywhere. And wherever he was, unless he was far away, like if he's in Ruskin, I don't want to go out that way. But if he's like Elton, I would go pick him up. So time goes on. He's he's dating all these girls. I really didn't hear from him a lot once he started dating these girls. but he was around. I gave him rides and we smoked and shit. But like, it was like a really, it wasn't really like a big kind of thing. But yeah, NMA's been my best friend since middle school, man. He's my best friend, man. Shout out to him. I love you, anime. But yeah, dude, he's probably one of my best friends. I had a lot of friends in that time frame. I didn't meet Tucker, Chandler, Gabe until high school. So back then, anime was mostly the only friend. We had a few little kids down the road over here that we played with. Thank you, Michael Live, that we played with. Play basketball and everything. So that really was a good thing. Um, one thing I can say though, hanging out with MJ and MMA, man, I mean, like, we were never bored. We just always chilled and played basketball, bro. We would ride our bikes around, bro. Dude, this block when I first moved here to this house, this block was filled with kids, filled with kids. We had Adam Avenue next door over here. We had Benny Game down, Josh down here. We had a bunch of kids down on this road. This road is loaded with kids, and they grew. So we started having them. They moved. The people in Benny Game, Josh on the corner, they moved. So it's kind of like I don't really want to hang out with anyone more. And then we had this kid next door, Kenny. He's a lot older than us, but he would help. That kid Kenny. He teaches me how to ride my first electric scooter. Electric scooter my birthday or Christmas, and I had one, and he had one, so he showed me how to ride it. And then I got used to it and everything. I think Adam came over that time too. We were all hanging out. Um, so yeah, and then maybe been around there for a long time. Now we're streaming like I am. We're hanging out. We're like, you guys are going crazy with these live, bro. I mean, liking it, joining it. You know, commenting on my videos, liking my videos, dude. You guys are killing it, and I really appreciate everybody that's doing that. I mean, we tell people that this is not happening overnight, but you guys are going crazy. I am so thankful that you guys made this happen. You guys made me go live because when I first started this channel, man, I had 26 subscribers, bro. I hit 50 in 2 weeks. I was able to live. Now I'm going live. Now my first go live, man, I had maybe one person in there, two people. Now I'm getting like 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 people in my live. 20 sometimes, bro. That is amazing. That's why I appreciate everyone that is in the live right now. I liked it, bro. You guys are making this happen. I have 591 subscribers right now, bro. I told my live. If I hit 600, if I take 600 by night, I'm doing two twisteds in a funnel. And then if I don't pass that, I gotta get in the pool and be underwater for 5 minutes. If I don't pass that, I gotta force myself to chug the rest of the beer and no stopping until it's gone. Stay tuned for that night. If I 600 subscribers, you guys are helping me though. All right, so that's mostly anime story, guys. So I got a few more stories I want to tell you. Anime, that's pretty much the backstory how we met, man. And then everything like that. There's a little part in there about my girlfriend Tracy. We were hanging out, smoking, getting high, we were hungry. I didn't have any money. He didn't have any money. So I called up Tracy. I'm like, Tracy, could you get me an anime McDonald's? She got us McDonald's. We met her at Walmart in 64. She brought us McDonald's, bro. We ate. Oh, dude, I was so happy. And then time went by, a few days went by. The first time I remember her house, we snuck in the gate in her pool and went into her house. That's the first time I made out with her at her house. And then we just started hanging out with her anymore. I started getting really close with her at work, and then we started dating. Um, so that's about anime. Now, guys, I got some stories with cops. There's two stories I got with cops that were really bad. Three stories I got with cops that were really bad. Um, and everything. So, just bear with me. The first one was high school. I had a little bit of weed. So my friend that I knew wanted to want to smoke. So yeah, I got some bud. So he came to my house, picked me and my brother up, and picked me up, went in his car, smoked with him. Then his friends came, smoked with us. They took me home. For some reason, this kid turned around the curb too hard or too fast, and there was a cop behind him. So the cop then pulled us over right away. He missed the turn of my house. He circled around to come to my house. We stopped the stop sign. We stopped the sign like for 2 seconds. As soon as we were about to go, lights went on. Then they go whoop whoop, the lights went on. So they pulled us over, and the cop said, "License and registration, please." He said, "Okay." And he's like, Why did you turn so fast?" My truck's big, so I was trying not to hit the curb. Right then there, you tell a cop that you're turning fast, not to hit a curb. It's basically knows you're not doing something right. Which they had cartridges in the car. They had all kinds of stuff that was illegal in the car. So the cop said, "Okay, I'm gonna give you a warning." Now he's like, "Is there anything in this car that I should know about?" And this was about high school. And of course, my friend said, "No, nothing in the car." Cop said, "Okay, let's try this again. Is there anything in the car I should know about?" And of course, Fred said no again. So he went back to where he had to go, back to where he had to go. Oh, back to his SWAT car and said, "I will pay the warning." Came back, got him out of the car, handcuffed him, took the passenger out of the car, handcuffed him, me. I start crying. They get me out. They handcuff me. They had my two friends in the cop car. I'm outside the cop car, and then they wanted to search the car, so he asked his partner if his car was empty, if I could sit it back. So I sat it back. I was probably in the back. We're probably back in the cop cars for at least an hour or two, so they could search his car, see what he had to do. If they found a weed car, we're all going to jail. So that was freaking me out. I thought they had weed in the car. So the cop car that I was in, he came in there and said, "No, what's going on?" I said, "Probably going to jail." He said, "Not looking too good for you guys." So he said, "I don't care if you guys smoke weed, but do it at the house." So that cop pretty cool. So they arrested rights and everything, and I was crying at first. Then once I got in the back of the cop car, I'm like, "If I don't cry, man, I gotta do the time." So I was a little scared about that and everything, but like I said, if I do time, if I did the crime, I had to do time. That was I would think the whole time. I mean, it was just weird. So the driver admits everything. Told the cop that everything in the car is his, nothing is mine or the passengers. So that was pretty nice of him to do that. Um, to do that for us, man. It's pretty nice about that, man. Um, so yeah. So the cop on arrest on handcuffed me and the passenger and said, "Got free to go. You're not getting jail today. You're lucky your friend came up and said something." Because no one was giving him a straightforward answer for about an hour or two. So after that, my friend, well, our friend, me, passenger and driver friend, went to the went to the because he came. The driver came to school the next day. I know about school. He came to school the next day after being arrested. And I was thinking like, how did our friend bail him out or something? So he what I heard from my friends is that our friend had the money or didn't have went there and didn't have the right amount of money, and they just let him go. So you put him in handcuffs, arrest the driver, and then you let him go. What was the point of arresting him? It was all kind of bunch of shit. I was really scary. I was shook up all that night, all next day at school. Man, I couldn't focus at school. I was so shook up from all that shit that happened. And then the next they had people talking to me about it because everyone knew about it because his mugshot was all over the internet. So that was a little big of a big commotion. Second time, um, I was going out to work. I used to work at the beach. I was going out to work, and I was going a little bit fast because I think I was running late or something. I seen the car pull out. I seen him pull out, turn his lights on, pull me over, and said, and my car stopped weak. I saw him. I saw that for there. He's like, that's registration. I'm like, yeah, a little bit fast. And like, yeah, just me a little bit. Let me see the registration, and I'll check you out. I was like, do you smoke weed? Like, yeah. It's like, hell, last time I smoked weed? Like, last night. Like, a real strong, like he said, I saw a real strong odor of marijuana. It's like, well, last time I smoked? I said, last night. So, okay, so he got me out of the car, and there's two cops. So the other cops said in their pockets. So now people around there trying to probably like, from progress. So I put my hands up like here, and he didn't handcuff me, but he had me stand by the car. My leg was shaking because man, I'm scared. I get scared of cops. He searched my car. He found a cartridge that was empty, but of course it has residue on it, so it's a felony. They didn't arrest me that day. Never. I never been arrested, never been charged, never got a mugshot, never been in a cell. I'm just telling you the stories of almost getting arrested. So they let me go. I went to the beach. That was fine. Everything. I got a ticket for speeding, so I had to pay that. But everything else was pretty much fine. Third time, coming home from my girlfriend's house. I think I told you the story before. Um, and they pulled me over because I was all on the road. I think I told you that story before, so I'm just gonna sit. I'm just not gonna tell, so I'm gonna sit down. Pull me over here by my house. I two houses down from my house, telling me that people were calling me saying they're on the road. So they pulled me over. There was two undercover cops that came. Then a regular cop came. The state trooper. The state trooper was a fucking dick. Bro, he said he would load tickets up on me, and he's just like, he was just a fucking aggressive, stupid asshole, bro. So anyway, yeah, they did all that shit. Never gave me, I didn't get a ticket that night. I had to go to work next day. My dad, they had to go down and knock on my door. My dad out. My dad, when I call my dad on his phone, if he's sleeping, there's no chance of getting a hold of him. So the cops had to come down here and knock on the door, and of course my dog started barking. So he gets the cops, comes down to get my car. He starts telling me, "You fucking asshole! Why the fuck did you drive home?" That I'm tired. They wanted to give me a DUI for being tired, and I told them I had sleep apnea, which I do. That's the true thing, and they didn't believe me. Come on, bro, really? So that's most stories. Let me see if I have a crazy story about me and anime. Oh yeah, me and anime and MJ and Hunter Pinkston, Pinky P. I just bought weed off one of my friends, and anime had papers at the house, so we could roll up and smoke a little bit. We go to his house, get the papers, and the weed's in the car. We're on our way back to the house, have something gas, and he forgot to turn the lights on. Cops pull us over. My friend Anime is driving without a license. He didn't even have a permanent driver license. Anime had a permanent and Hunter had a license. Pinky had a license, but he didn't have a car. So takes all our IDs. The weed, my friend is a fucking genius. Takes the weed because it's wrapped like papers, like a subway bag wrapped up. Sticks it and puts it in his pants. And the cop never found him. It was so cool and slick. I was like, dude, you are a fucking genius, bro. Oh my god, dog. And the cop said, out of all people that have license in the car, you had a person that had no license drive the car. So I said, I trust Pinky Pete. So Pinky got in the driver's seat and drove off. And went back to his place and smoked. Let me think. I'm trying to think of another story me and Ed made. Hmm. 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 Oh yeah. When I first started driving back in high school, I picked up MJ and Anime, and we are going to see my dealer or something. I was gonna go to work and then come home and smoke with them after work. So I was gonna go get the money first and buy the weed, and then I give the Anime. He could roll it up on my work. So I'm like, that's my dealer lives. So and they're like, well, why don't you go see if he's home first to just check? So I turned. So I was gonna turn around to go back to his house. I stopped at a stop sign. There was a bush in the way. I didn't pull far enough. Didn't look both ways or nothing. Pulled out. Bam! By a car. My tires were messed up. My drive door, I couldn't get out of. So it was so like, and then MJ and Emma took the bike and left because their mom was freaking out because the mom didn't want to drive MJ around. So mom and dad came. I got in trouble. They said go to work. I'm straight home. I listened. I went to work and then I went out after. I didn't have any weed or any money, but I still went out after. Um, Friends said, please pick me up. We got going to a party. Can you please take us there? They weren't going to a party. They went to get eggs. They started egging people's cars at this party, man. And then I'm go to school the next day or that Monday or something. And I'm people were asking me what I did Friday night or Saturday night, asking me saying, hey man, did you where were you Saturday night, man? People saw my truck and they was telling me that they saw my truck that was throwing at people's car. So people start. I said, ask Nico because I wasn't doing shit, and they started asking Nico, and they started texting my mom, and got a whole fight with that and Nico and everything, and that's all. Um, but yeah. All right, guys. So I'm gonna get off here. Just wanted to give you guys a little story time. Um, at the live did not go through. I'm gonna check again to see if maybe it just went through now. If not, when my phone gets charged, I will be back on the Xbox later doing another stream. I'm out. Peace.